Compost. I've been thinking about compost. I've been looking back at all the dead, rotten things in my life and grieving them. I'm overcome with a massive sense of grief. Grief for the ways I've buried and denied my own feelings, my very own self. I've dishonoured myself. I felt I didn't matter. I've denied myself unhealthily. I look at all that wasted material. I can't help but feel sad. What a waste of myself. But within the other side of my mind, I see. Deep within the compost, there are wiggly worms, soft, vulnerable, and tender. Yet how powerful they are as they work their way through the rotten material, transforming it, digesting it, turning it into goodness. As I put the spade through the compost, I feel grateful for those blessed worms, and also rather anxious, for in the process of cutting through the earth I might chop some of the worms in half, and I will feel guilty. It's true. Those delicate, tender parts of myself are very painful when they're chopped in half. Sometimes our thinking does this. It chops right through our mind. It hurts. I don't know if it's true, but I think that even if you cut a worm in half, the two separate parts can carry on living. They regenerate to a degree. It varies depending on the worm. So, when we are turning over our compost, even if it hurts, we don't need to just focus on the hurting. Instead, focus on the goodness, the transformation of all that old dead matter into goodness. It's going to nourish new growth. It is painful to grieve, to look back, to see what we've done to ourselves. It is painful to feel the spade cutting through the little worms sometimes. We can't avoid them all. It's hard to think about those little worms as being blessed, especially when we found ourselves feeling like little worms, not worthy of anything at all. But make no mistake, those little worms are powerful. Those little worms transform old, dead matter into nutrients and goodness, opening up the potential to nourish new growth. They do a powerful job. Thank you, worms, and all feeling, for carrying on with the long process of digesting what's happened in our lives.